James Langford, this bozo is saying, well, I can't 100% support Tulsi Gabbard. There's a lot of questions because she met with Assad. It's like, wait, what? What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and I hope everyone is having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and before I get into it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content, but enough of the promotional stuff, let's get into it because the Republican Party is filled with very stupid people. I know, that seems like a very obvious take, like, of course, the Republican Party is filled with absolutely incompetent people, especially in Congress and the Senate. I mean, I'm not exaggerating when I say it seems like every single day there's a Republican in the Senate or Congress that says something absolutely idiotic. And well, in the past 24 hours, we've had like 3 or 4 Republicans say absolutely dumb stuff about Trump's cabinet picks. Yeah, despite the fact that Trump gave them a mandate. Like, the American people did not give Republicans a mandate. No. They gave Trump a mandate to do whatever the hell he wants to do to fix this country. Despite the fact that he won them the House, he won them the Senate, became the first Republican in what, 20 years to win the popular vote? Yeah, despite all of that, these idiots really believe that they could defy Trump and say, oh, we can't support this person for this cabinet position because of democracy or some crap like this. Like, look at this. James Langford, the Republican from Oklahoma, which, by the way, this same idiot proposed that garbage immigration bill like 2 years ago. You know, the same one that basically granted amnesty for like 2 million people. Yeah, which, by the way, Democrats used that as a talking point saying, well, the Republican Party, they shot down the bipartisan immigration bill. So did Trump. Anyways, James Langford went on CNN and said this about Tulsi Gabbard. You know, a pick that most people would agree is a very good pick by Trump for DNI. Look at this.
Does anything about her concern you?
Well, we'll have lots of questions. She met with Bashir Assad. We'll want to know what the purpose was and what the direction for that was. As a member of Congress, we'll want to get a chance to talk about past comments that she's made and get them into full context. So sure, there's comments that are floating out there, but we want to be able to know the rest of the story.
Yeah. This is a Republican from Oklahoma, you know, one of the most Republican states in the country, a state that Trump won by 35 points. And James Langford, this bozo is saying, well, I can't 100% support Tulsi Gabbard. There's a lot of questions because she met with Assad. It's like, wait, what? Like, wait, hold up. You're mad at Tulsi because she wants peace across the world? I mean, this is the Republican Party of 2002, not 2024. The average voter, not just on the Republican side, but just in general, the average voter likes Tulsi. They support what she stands for, especially when it comes to foreign policy. I'm getting sick and tired of these people saying she's a Russian agent. How is she a Russian agent? Because she says, hey, maybe we should stop promoting wars everywhere. Maybe we should try to promote, you know, peace abroad. But no, James Langford is saying, well, there's a lot of questions to be had about Tulsi Gabbard meeting with certain people. It's like, really? These are Democrat talking points. And James Langford, he's basically saying, I may not support Tulsi Gabbard. No, I don't care. James Langford is absolutely worthless. I mean, seriously, you're going on CNN and basically announcing to the world, well, we have a bunch of questions for Tulsi Gabbard. It's like, okay, if this was Susan Collins or whatever, that's one thing. Like, okay, she's in Maine, it's a very blue state, that's one thing. But what's your excuse? You're in Oklahoma, a deep red state, a state that voted for Trump by over 35 points, yet you're hesitant to support Tulsi Gabbard? You should be thankful that Trump won the Republican Party the majority in both chambers. You should be on your hands and knees thanking him. But no, James Langford and others, they're so incompetent or they just don't care enough to say crap like this. And you notice it's only Republicans. Democrats, they never run to Fox News or whatever and say, well, Joe Biden's appointing someone to the Supreme Court or as, you know, DNI or whatever. And I disagree with the pick. No. Democrats voted for everything Biden wanted, especially when it comes to cabinet picks, court picks, everything. But the Republican Party, people in deep red states that have no excuse, at least Susan Collins has an excuse, James Lankford has none. Why is this guy representing the voters of Oklahoma? These people voted for Trump. They want Tulsi. They want RFK. But James Lankford doesn't care. He doesn't care because guess what? He's not up for 4 years? We are stuck with his bozo till 2028. And so that's the problem. We got people like James Lankford saying stuff like this, but fine. It's only one person saying crap like this. It's not the end of the world, right? No. In fact, James Lankford is one of many saying crap like this. Look at Lisa Murkowski. Look at this. Lisa Murkowski of Alaska says she won't support any Trump nominee who hasn't undergone FBI vetting. Now, I understand some people are going to say, well, then that makes sense. Okay, the FBI, they got to vet everyone to make sure they're not corrupt or whatever. But do you really trust the FBI? Everything the FBI has done the last 5 or 10 years or whatever, even longer, has been a complete disaster, especially the last 4 years. Has everyone just magically forgot what the FBI did to Catholics? They were targeting Catholics and they got caught doing so by a bunch of whistleblowers. But Lisa Murkowski, we gotta trust the FBI vetting. No, you can't. You cannot trust the FBI in the year 2024, especially under the current regime. Do you really trust those idiots that run the FBI right now? Do you? I don't, but this is Murkowski's excuse. She's gonna say, well, the FBI has not vetted anyone, so I cannot vote for this. What? Is that your excuse? That just because they haven't undergone FBI vetting, you can't support them? Listen, you're not Susan Collins. I know you're to the left of Susan Collins on most issues, but you're in Alaska. You have no excuse to be voting like this. R+13 state, Trump won it in a landslide. Yet Murkowski is saying, I cannot support people that have not undergone FBI vetting or some crap like that. Susan Collins has the only excuse, and that's because she's in a Democrat state. She's the only one. But what's the excuse for Murkowski? What's the excuse? What's the excuse for James Lankford, Mitch McConnell, the idiot in Idaho? Just all these Republicans, they're all the same. They're all saying the same stuff. Oh, the FBI has not vetted them properly. We cannot support this person because he's too controversial. Guess what? Who cares? Donald Trump won a mandate. He won the popular vote by 2. He won the Electoral College easily. And as we get closer to his second inauguration, he's becoming more popular. So this idea that, oh, we can't support this because it's controversial or some crap, that's bullshit. These people just don't like Trump. But they really believe that if they just keep attacking Trump 24/7, oh, it's not his party. It's still our party. This is the party of Reagan, Bush, or whatever. No, this is the party of Trump. Trump's the only reason the GOP is surviving right now. In fact, it could be thriving. But Murkowski, Lankford, and others, they are just doing the dumbest things possible. Now, you think this is bad enough, okay, you have Murkowski and James Lankford of Republican states saying stuff like this. That's bad enough. Well, by some miracle, Susan Collins, who, by the way, is in a Democrat state, and I know more than likely she's going to win re-election by a couple points. I get that. But some genius thought, okay, Susan Collins is in a D+7 state, okay? It's a fairly Democrat state, and yeah, she wins re-election every year, but 2026 will be very close. Well, someone thought, you know what? Let's make Susan Collins the chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee. Yeah, one of the most powerful positions in the entire government. Yeah, one of the most powerful positions anywhere in the Senate or Congress. They put her in charge of it. Well, why? Why did you put Susan Collins here? You know damn well she has to be moderate or pretend to be a moderate or something like that. So why put her here? Now you put all the attention to her, all the spotlight on her, and now she's going to do crappy stuff? Which again, I don't hate Susan Collins. I think she's fine. In fact, she actually has a better voting record than Lisa Murkowski. At least with Collins, if we needed something badly passed, she would vote for it. And she would, vote against stuff that was already going to pass anyways to seem bipartisan. But Susan Collins should not be the chair of the Senate Appropriations Committee. Like, if this was some low-tier committee, that's one thing, but the Appropriations Committee is so important. You should not be putting Susan Collins in this position. To me, this reeks of sabotage. Nothing against Collins. Again, I think she's fine. Considering it's Maine, I'm not against her. But she should not be the chair of this committee. Because everyone's be talking about what will Susan Collins do, and she will be forced to make some stupid decisions. And now, you can make an argument that whoever put Susan Collins in this position is trying to sabotage Trump, because they know damn well Collins is in a Democrat state. So she has to do things that seem bipartisan. Do you see the problem here? Do you see the big problem with Collins being in this position? I just don't get what the Republicans in the Congress are doing. Trump has a mandate. No one cares what James Lankford has to say. People care about Trump. They voted for Trump, not the Republican Party. But these bozos like Murkowski and Lankford, they really think, oh, we don't need Trump to win. Guess what? You do. In fact, Trump's the only reason they have a majority in both chambers, and the only reason the party is even alive. Like, do you really think any other Republican would have won Webb County, Hidalgo, Cameron counties in the Rio Grande Valley? Does anyone think that would happen if this was any other Republican? Of course not. Hell, Trump won Williamson, for crying out loud, in Texas. Not even Greg Abbott won Williamson County. Do you really think any other Republican would have won these areas? Hell, let's look at places like Pennsylvania. Trump became the first Republican in like 40 years to win Bucks County. I mean, these people should have no right to say, we cannot support Trump's agenda, it's too controversial. Bullshit. People voted for Trump's agenda. They know what they were getting. They voted for Trump, not for you. They know damn well who he was going to appoint. People like RFK and Tulsi Gabbard, everyone knew. If you really thought that, oh, Trump was not going to pick Tulsi Gabbard or RFK, you're lying to yourself. That is bullcrap. So this excuse by Lankford and others, they just don't want to support Trump. I just don't get it. These people, they really believe that they don't need Trump. Guess what? You do. That Trump doesn't need you idiots. He could be by himself. He could form his own party. And in a day, the Republican Party would be dead. No one would vote for Lankford. No one would vote for Lisa Murkowski except Democrats. Like, congratulations, you're Democrat light. Is that really an accomplishment in Oklahoma or Alaska? This is pathetic. The fact that we're not even in January, and it seems like we're already having problems because of Lankford, McConnell, people like Murkowski, it's a joke. We shall see what happens, but my goodness, this is not a good start. And I still think at the end of the day, people like Tulsi Gabbard will be forced through. I don't see Trump letting Tulsi Gabbard or others sink, but the fact that Lankford really believes that anyone cares what he thinks is just incredible. No one cares. If it wasn't for Trump, you would have lost the House by an embarrassing margin. Trump won like, what, 240 House seats or whatever? It was some crazy amount. Yet you won the House by 5 seats? Trump is the reason you have a majority in both chambers. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.